fair play, and I'm sure you're feeling very well this evening.
I'm doing great. There's some craziness going on. You got Jake talking about the DDT, the grapplers talking about midgets. There's one thing that you guys came to see, and we know it. It's time for the selfie!
Oh, well, I know there's a lot of these selfies, but I don't know, I guess. Okay, go ahead and get your camera phone ready there, Mr. Fairplay.
You're not in it.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure that turned out very well. Maybe possibly turn our attention to the match.
We got Dan Joseph tonight, and last I checked, he doesn't have very many Instagram followers. So you know what we might do? We might help him with a selfie tonight as well.
Mr. Vuitton, before you hit the ring, your thoughts?
My thoughts? I am the sexiest thing that's ever come to Oregon, and especially the WC. Hit that music!
Take it away, Angelo.
Weighing in at 197 pounds, Ashton Vuitton. Weighing in at 195 pounds, Dan Joseph.
Dan Joseph, Ashton Vuitton, Bubba Blanchard, Ashton Vuitton. All I can say right now is Paisley, Johnny Fairplay. Wow, that is one heck of a suit.
They got their hands full. This Dan Josephson kid, he is a spark plug. He is all over the place. He's everywhere. He's like a little rabid Wolverine. You know, Ashton Vuitton wears a mink coat. And I don't know if people know this or not, but the mink is actually one of the biggest pricks in the forest. And this Dan Josephson is an absolute animal. He'll be all over him like a mink.
Dan Joseph, a former professional hockey player. He is, for those of you here in North America, he is the guy who watches professional hockey. He's the one.
It's about one person who does. Yeah, I don't know if you can watch that.
Yeah, that's Dan Joseph. He's that guy. But you can see just, I mean, if you've ever watched a professional hockey match, that's basically a fight that broke out and suddenly they started playing some hockey. Dan Joseph not afraid of a fight whatsoever, but Ashton Vuitton, that's one guy who does not like taking it to the face or getting hit in any way.
Yeah, Dan Josephson's a buzzsaw like I was talking about earlier, you know. It's a compliment to him, of course. He is just a buzzsaw. I mean, he's jacked up from the minute he walked out of the locker room. And Ashton Vuitton has his hands full, you know, of course.
He really does. I mean, especially a guy like with Dan Joseph there who's got fire in the belly right there. But Ashton Vuitton has Johnny Fairplay ringside, and you can't underestimate what he call himself, the reality superstar, brings to the table for Ashton Vuitton.
That's why you're the best in the business, Jeff Aiken, because fair play is the deciding factor in this match. What Ashton Vuitton is lacking right now in ring experience and ring savvy, if you will, he makes up for with the fair play. Fair play's intelligence on the outside will allow him to equalize it. Plus, like we just saw in the past other shows with the grappler and things like that, these guys are not playing by the rules.
No, not at all. I think Johnny Fairplay got to where he is today pretty much by ignoring the rules. Sometimes outright blatantly breaking them.
Ashton Vuitton's spine is not feeling too good right now. It's feeling like it's broken.
Ashton Vuitton's been on the receiving end pretty much this entire match. Not something he's used to. A consummate athlete despite the attitude. He often comes into these matches well prepared. And there you go.
Yeah, don't count out Ashton Vuitton anytime soon. I mean, he's built great. He's a great athlete.
Well, and where some guys just get upset and start making mistakes, Ashton Vuitton has a temper on him, but it actually becomes focused aggression. And right there, Dan Joseph experienced that with his head being introduced right into that turnbuckle. What is this? Johnny Fairplay's got a pen.
I'll tell you right.
He wrote an L on the floor. Oh my gosh, he's got his phone out. Hashtag superstar selfie. There it is.
Indeed.
As far as Johnny Fairplay is concerned.
Insult to injury, as they say.
Well, I don't know if he's thinking it's an insult. I think he thinks he just made Dan Joseph famous.
Well, Dan Joseph's got injured there and insulted, so.
Johnny Fairplay probably posting that on his Twitter or Instagram as you speak. Ashton Vuitton with a pinfall. Just a near fall right there. Not quite enough to put down Dan Joseph. It's going to take a lot to put down an athlete like Dan Joseph.
Ashton Vuitton's looking better this week in the ring. His fluidity's better. His athleticism is showing better this week.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the time he spent under the tutelage of Johnny Fairplay. Johnny Fairplay's provided a lot of what kind of a whatever is that?
Lord only knows.
Wow.
Oh, dear God, I think he just
Yeah, I think that
utilized his leverage with his feet to dig his face into his ass.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. Wow, that did just happen, folks.
And there that buzzsaw is coming out of that corner. You think you got him down. You think you're beating him on enough. And then that buzzsaw Dan Joseph just comes at you.
And Ashton Vuitton doing what he does best, to going right for those eyes. It doesn't matter how hard you work out in the gym, Bubba. We've said it before. You knock those eyes, you're done.
I don't care about your muscles because I can rake your eyes anytime I want. So.
Loser, he says. It's even no sign language. What a generous and multilingual individual is Ashton Vuitton. Scoop. Setting up in the center of the ring. Nice
Tremendous
slam.
Power slam. Nice power slam by Ashton Vuitton.
Giving the fans what he thinks they want.
Hook in the leg. Good veteran move right there.
I think he thought he might have had the match finished right there, looking very frustrated. Johnny Fairplay walking around the outside. Now this is great. Now not only Ashton Vuitton, let's break this down. He's got his fingertips covering both the nostrils and the mouth of Dan Joseph. He's got his knee.
Now he's got his fingernails digging into his face. So at that point, fingernails digging in face, now jawbreaker. That's going to hurt his looks.
It's pretty much the only way to get out of something like that. That had to be really painful for Dan Joseph. Finally escaped. Reversal sends Ashton Vuitton into the corner. He goes up. Uh-oh, not again, not again, not again.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Dan Joseph. Oh,
no.
Dan Joseph setting him up right there, and he's going for a horsey ride.
Shades of Terry Funk. I don't think he's going to enjoy that at all. Belly to back suplex. No, atomic drop. Sticking with what he's hurting. Reverse atomic drop. Reverse atomic drop.
One for the front, one for the back.
Dan Joseph really knows what he's doing out there. He's ahead of his years right now in the sport, Dan Joseph is ahead of his years.
Dan Joseph, a real student, is sponge. He soaks it all in. And this
goodness.
he just planted Ashton Vuitton, hooked the far leg.
There's the fair play action coming into play.
Call that the fair play advantage. Grabs the leg of Ashton Vuitton, pulls him to safety. I mean, really the referee has the ability at this point to throw this match out. Johnny Fairplay has no right to physically interject himself in the match, especially in a pinfall. And
Fair play getting involved right now. About now, you're absolutely right. The referee fair play is a moron.
Oh no, Johnny Fairplay on the losing end of that tug of war, and now
you don't want to be involved in that fair play.
No,
you're not man enough to get in the ring.
Ashton Vuitton, he's got him set.
Oh no. A tremendous move right there by Ashton.
Nailed that reverse STO, and that's all she wrote. Let's go to the ring announcer for the official word.
That was a tremendous showing by Ashton Vuitton right there.
Well, Ashton Vuitton and Johnny Fairplay, this is a team that we're going to have to be keeping a close eye on as time goes on.
You better think his lucky stars Fairplay is with him right now, because that's a much better showing, and that's one hell of an athlete that they just went against right there.
Sure is. Dan Joseph, great showing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see a lot more from him. Ashton Vuitton and Johnny Fairplay right here. You're watching the WC on TV. Stay tuned for more of some of the greatest professional wrestling action you're going to see anywhere.